Hey y'all, welcome to the Flip Flop Barnyard. I'm Jenna. I'm outside. It is a gorgeous day. I actually haven't been out much today. Derek and the kids have been out. They were doing some work. And I just came out and I guess I've missed out on a beautiful day because it's evening now. But I want to show you a couple things. Our neighbor gave us a couple of these chicken coops. They need some wire replaced on them and a few repairs. But overall, that's awesome because we have a lot of chickens that are going to need coops to go in, and we don't have anything to put them in. So they're getting big enough that they're going to need to go out really soon, and the weather's getting so much nicer that it's going to be time before you know it. And I want to show you something I'm very happy about. My greenhouse. I told you guys that the windstorm just flattened this thing. It was like literally just on the ground flat. And the boys, Josiah and Jeremiah, they are 12 and 13. They worked hard together. Derek kind of told them what to do and just want to like let them do it and see what they could do. And because kids can do more than they think they can, and a lot of times more than we think they can. So he went ahead and put them on task, and they were able to put my greenhouse back together. The plastic for the roof completely just was busted, so right now it's just like actual piece of plastic on there stapled down. Derek's gonna do a couple things to just sure it up all the way, but overall it's together. I'm gonna open it up. Jack's been out here working on something. Jack is doing really well. He's still using crutches some. He's able to bear more weight, and so he's mostly keeping the boot off and working on bearing weight with the crutches. He's supposed to start physical therapy, I think next week, or they'll just assess him and see what they think he needs. The doctor was saying he thought that twice a week physical therapy would be good for him, but then the office called and they said, well, the therapist will assess him and then decide from there what he needs. So he'll start that next week, but he's been able to get out. He's building something right here. He's not out here right this second, but he's been working. And then in here, in the greenhouse, ooh, there's a bug. Yeesh, put my hand on a bug. We have the peach trees that Derek pruned a few videos back, and then the fig tree, and it still has life in it. And then of course we have the shelf that I will be putting plants on. Still haven't looked through my seeds to see for sure what all I need to plant. And this has been closed because we were super cold this weekend, but now that the weather's warmer, I think it needs to stay open. So I'm just gonna leave it kind of partway open for now. But anyway, I'm gonna look at my tomatoes and peppers for sure and get those things started probably within the next couple of days. We've got, it looks like a petting zoo back here for poultry. We've got guineas and peacock, turkeys, geese, dog, another, oh, we have a little boy sitting there, he's been shooting a bow. Another dog, chickens in that coop, and then we have another dog over there. So, oh, and then we have bunnies. So we also brought the bunnies down. They were in the barn and their hutches, but then it's just so much easier to have everything located where you live. That's kind of what homesteading is. So obviously the cows are not down here because we can't bring them down here, but just having all of the smaller animals that we have to take care of on a daily basis, several times a day, make sure they have water and all that, having them down here in the backyard is ideal so that we can just do all of our chores easily. And then up at the farm, all we have is the cows, milk cows, and then the barn cats are still there because they live in the barn. And then once we move, obviously we'll take everything with us. Like we told you the other day, the farm is officially listed. We've had multiple viewings, and we have more people supposed to be coming, so we're just praying and waiting and keeping our eye out for if there's anything else coming up for sale or whatever. We know God has a plan. That's what we keep saying. God has a plan. He knows what the plan is. So rather than stress about it or fret about it, we just are waiting for him to really show up and the doors to open. So anyway, we have our our baby ducks and our pullets, the older pullets, in this little building room right here. I don't know if I can get in there without knocking things down. Here we go. Hi guys. So we have our pullets. We have a bunch of California whites, and then a bunch of ISA browns, in here, and then we have, okay, so we have just pullets in there. I forgot. We lost a couple of our ducks, and so they took the ducks back into the basement into a separate brooder, just to give them duck feed, make sure they're getting everything they need. I was like, where are the ducks? They're all did they all die? What happened? Did I miss the memo here? But no, they're just in the basement. You can tell I'm not the main caregiver for all of these creatures out here. I'm the main caregiver for the children, and then the children and Derek mostly are taking care of the animals at the moment. I do help some, but they are the ones always out here feeding them and taking care of them. But bunnies are happy. The kids went and picked a bunch of grass because the grass is starting to green up. Picked a bunch of grass to give the bunnies. They're very happy. So overall, everything's going really well. We don't have a whole lot. To report on. Just wanted to kind of show you guys how everything is doing out here. Update you on my seeds that I haven't started, show you the greenhouse, because I was really disappointed in thinking I wasn't going to have a little greenhouse, and I was concerned about how I was going to even start seeds this year, but they took the time to fix that for me, which was awesome. I really appreciate having a husband who's very handy and can do just about anything, and then giving the boys free reign on projects like that and just watching behind them to make sure that they're doing it properly, but really letting them take the lead and stuff like that. It's really great, because that's how you learn. If nobody ever lets you take the lead on anything, you're never going to learn how to really do it properly or do it yourself. And he figured, you know, if something messed up that bad, he could come back and fix it. But they did a great job. So he was really impressed. I was really impressed. They surprised me with it when I was out of town and came home, and I have a greenhouse again, which made me very happy. And I'm eager to get my seeds going. Like I said, I haven't even gone through them. I know that I have in my seed box probably well over 100 varieties of tomatoes. Not going to grow all 100 varieties this year. I'm going to really focus on saucing tomatoes, and then some of our favorite slicers and like smaller tomatoes like cherry tomatoes and grape tomatoes. I still want to do a ton of tomatoes because I love growing tomatoes, but I really am feeling like this year's the year I need to really buckle down, because it's really important to preserve the food. And so I need to grow what we're going to preserve for the most part. Eating fresh, of course, will do that. But I really, really want to be able to preserve enough to get us through the whole year. And we still have some tomatoes left, so we've done really well. But I haven't used them as freely as I would if I knew for sure that I had more than enough to get through the year. So that's kind of my goal. Again, peppers, I think I'm going to cut back on how many I grow and how many varieties, and just grow for sure like an abundance of what I know we're going to eat. We eat a lot of chili peppers, we eat a lot of bell peppers. I still have a few bell peppers cut up in the freezer, and I know that I have a few cans of chilies left, but I'm getting really low, so I'll be excited to get that going. But I just have to like get it in gear. Since, you know, going out of town, I came back and I'm like, okay, now I really need to like laser focus on this, and just these birds are noisy. Just kind of get my mind together and get a list together and look through my seeds and figure out what I really need to grow this year. And again, still not 100% sure how it's all going to work out. I'm going to start the seeds, and if we don't end up in another place where we can put a garden in before it's time to transplant them, we have friends that we can garden with, so that'll be fine. I'm just going to move in faith. I'm going to plant in faith that it's all going to work out, and I'm going to have plenty of space to grow all of the things that we need to grow for our family. So anyway, that kind of brings you up to date. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for joining me today and my noisy backyard brood of birds. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a video. Give us a thumbs up so YouTube will know that you are enjoying this, and comment below. Let me know what you're planning on growing this year. Noisy birds. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.